What's going on, guys? So I received a lot of requests to share some tips about this game. I'm going to show you some of my settings and then we'll go through some of the gameplay tips. First and foremost, obviously use the drift mode. That's the key here. For the settings, I'll be honest with you guys, I kept most of the settings on default. The pedals were on default. The steering, I used tilt steering just because you can get much more precise control of the car. The sensitivity I kept stock at 50%. Steering assistant is on, handbrake is on. Basically all default. Don't use those buttons for steering. It's a lot tougher to control the car that way. For these settings here, I have the auto gear shifting is on, the brake warning is on, the minimap is on, basically all the default settings. And I just want to go back and talk about the controls one more time. Please use tilt steering. It is that much more precise when turning the car and putting it through the angles exactly how you want it. It's going to be a little tough to get used to at first, but once you get it, you'll thank me later. Trust me, guys. Alright, next I wanted to talk about the online mode and give you some tips about online and how you can score the most points and give you some of the strategies here. As you can see, I go by acing team in this game and I'm currently number 1 in League 2. Some of the strategies that I use personally, or I have found out to work, is if you play some of the higher end guys, you get almost the same amount of points as if you beat a lower end guy. Some of the drawbacks is if you lose to a lower end guy, so for instance a guy ranked number 21, if you lose to this guy and you're higher ranked than him, you will lose about 30 points. So that it hurts a lot more to lose to these guys than it does to lose to a number 2 guy. Whenever I lose to a number 2 guy, I only lose about 7 points. So that's the trade-off there. Of course, it's a lot tougher to beat a number 2 guy versus a number 21 guy. So if you can throw down some good and consistent scores, I say go for the lower end guys first, just to get your points up. Alright, next I wanted to talk about actual gameplay tips. Alright, tip number 1 is link your drift. When you're drifting, you will see the 3 stars come up, the 3 asterisks, followed by ready for combo. And you have to wait for that message to appear for every single one of your drifts. Do not start a new drift until you see that message. Tip number 2 is stay on the outside. You have to stay on the outside of every turn just to maximize the distance. And of course, the more distance you drift, the more points you will get. Tip number 3 is stay in ultra combo. The points climb the fastest in this combo, so stay in this combo and don't drop it. Tip number 4 is speed and angle. Always try and go as fast as possible and angle the car as much as possible. That's how you get the most points. I hope these tips helped some of you guys, and as always, if you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Thanks, guys.